We started today's Maitrimilan with 3 Omkaras. Panchangam altogether. Adyatana Panchangam Chaturvinshatyadika Ekashatotara Panchasahasratama Kaliyugaktara Shri Shubhakrut Nama Samvatsaraha Uttarayana Shishira Rituhu Falgun Masaha Krishna Pakshaha Dvitiya Titihi Hassa Nakshatram Ganda Yogaha Taitirikayana Bruhaspati Vasaraha. Today's date, 9th of March 2023, Thursday. Titesha Shriyamahmoti Varadayushya Vardhanam Nakshatra Dharate Papam Yoga Droga Nivaranam Karana Kaya Siddhischa Panchanga Paramuttamam. Sarvesham Shubhamastu. Shloka from Bhagavad Gita. Adhiyajnaha katham kotra Dehesmin Madhusudana Prayanakale cha katham Neyosi niyatatmabhihi. Meaning, Arjun said, O Supreme Lord, what a Brahman, what a Adhyatma, What is karma? What is said to be Adibhuta and what is said to be Adideva? Who is Adiyagnya in the body and how is he Adiyagnya, O Krishna? How are you to be known at the time of death by those of steadfast mind?
Suprabhatam. This is the second shloka of the 8th chapter. The 8th chapter is Akshara Parabrahma Yoga. Actually, the first and second shlokas of the 8th chapter are to be taken together and to be seen as one entity because there is a continuity. Before going into the elaboration, we will just look at the word split. Adhiyajnaha katham kaha atra dehe asmin madhusudana prayanakale cha katham jneyaha asi niyatatmabhi. So, actually, Arjuna's sharpness as a questioner comes to the fore, as a brilliant student comes to the fore in shlokas 1 and 2. In the 7th chapter towards the end, Krishna says, Sadhi bhutadhi daivam mam, sadhi yajnancha ye viduhu, prayana kale pichamam, te vidur yukta chetasaha. So Krishna lets out so many words. Sadhi bhuta adhi daiva, sadhi yajna cha ye viduhu, prayana kale pichamam, te vidur yukta chetasaha. So Krishna has sown the seeds. Acharya Shankara uses the word prashna bija. So the teachers, he is a brilliant teacher as such. While the teachers should sow the seeds of questions, and the students should look at those seeds and their questions should sprout from that. So prashna bijas were sown at the end of the 7th chapter. A very brilliant, sharp and observing mind that Arjuna is, he immediately latches onto those prashna bijas and then he does not let Krishna escape without answering those questions. So he mentioned about Adhibhuta, Adhidaiva, Adhiyajna, Prayanakala. He puts the same thing in first and second questions. Kim tad brahma, kim adhyatmam, kim karma purushottama, adhibhutancha kim proktam, adhidaivam kim uchyate, adhiyajnah katham kotra dehesmin madhusudana, prayanakale cha katham nyeyosi niyatatmabhi. He puts 7 series of questions. So this kind of making series of questions is called as, there is a technical term in Sanskrita which is called as, it is a Upanishadic terminology that we have, it is called as Ati Prashna. In Prashnopanishad, that is excessively probing questions. In Prashnopanishad, if I remember right, Ashvalayana, Kausalyascha Ashvalayana, he puts questions to Guru Pippalada. Kuta esha prano jayate, kathamaya tyasmin sharire, atmanam va pravibhajya katham pratisthate, kenotramate, katham bhahyam abhidhatte, katham antara. So he puts a series of 6 questions to sage Pippalada, his guru, and what is the response of the guru? Normally what teachers say, wait, don't be in an urgency, put one by one questions, I will answer. Our Upanishadic teachers, Upanishadic rishis are not that way. Pippalada says, Ati Prashnan Prichhasi. So he defines the way of questioning by Ashvalayana as Ati Prashna. Ati Prashnan Prichhasi, you are asking excessively probing questions. Brahmishtosi means you are the best among the seekers of Brahman. Tasmat te aham bravimi. Hence I will answer your questions. This should be the spirit of the teachers. They should wait for probing questions. And Arjuna Krishna is such a teacher who sows the seed so that Arjuna can ask such probing questions and Arjuna does not disappoint. And he brings out 7 questions. He wants to know Kim Tat Brahma, what is that Brahman? Kim Adhyatmam, what is the manifestation of Brahman in our day-to-day life at the level of body? Kim Karma, what is the action? Adhibhutam, what is the Brahman's manifestation among the fellow beings? Adhidaivam, how to see the Brahman in the divinity? Adhiyajnaha, in the process of yajna, which happens in this body. Dehesmin Madhusudana, and then while departing, when the life is full of such awareness of Brahman, then at the end, while departing, how to remember about the Brahman so that in the next birth we are born with the same consciousness. So such is the Ati Prashna. And interestingly, there is a terminology in Sanskrita for students. There are so many words to indicate students in Sanskrita. You may have heard about a Shishya, then Antevasi, and then Vidyarthi. All these terms are known, very easy to understand, but there is one special terminology that is called as a Chhatra. Chhatra. It's also a common terminology, but the meaning is not seldom explored. Chadayati acharyagata doshan iti chhatra. The one who covers the mistakes of the teacher. He is the student. Now, how does the student cover up the mistakes of the teacher? First, he exposes them. He asks series of questions. If he understands that the teacher is finding it difficult, then he does a deeper tapas and understands and steps in for his teacher and responds. There are so many such examples in our Shastras we can explore. So, Arjuna is, by probing questions, tries to bring out the best teacher in Krishna, and Krishna does not disappoint. Each of these 7 questions are answered in the 8th chapter that will be elaborated by all the elders here in due course of time.
I would like to call Dr. Maya Raniji from PhD for Thought of the Day.
Respected Guruji, other faculties, and all other present here, my humble greetings. As we all know, we celebrate the International Women's Day on March 8th. It is a day to celebrate the womanhood, the achievements of women in various fields like cultural, political, and social scenarios. I think few of you might be wondering why this March 8th is being celebrated as the International Women's Day. Let's go back to history. Actually, in America, remember America, that's in 1909, almost 15,000 women had protested against low pay scale, gender equality, and equal opportunities, plus a right to vote. These women were celebrated by a political party in America. Hence, it was called National Women's Day. And after that, almost all the countries accepted this day as an International Women's Day. And what is the significance of International Women's Day? It's to commemorate or celebrate the women's achievement, plus equal rights and gender parity. In India, when we speak of gender parity, we smile because we know there are many other countries in this world which do not consider women as citizens. They are considered as second citizens or second-class citizens rather, and deny the birth rights, the voting rights. We have been discussing this ad nauseum for years. In India, coming to our Bharat, in Manusmriti it is said that where women is honored, gods are pleased. And where women are not honored, even the sacred rights do not bear fruit. A point to ponder? Yes, even though we speak about all these things, do you think we have gender parity? Of course, we can sing paeans on women who have achieved a lot in life, isn't it? Do you have a medical crisis there? Can I continue? Okay. So in India we see that we have got a lot of women leaders. We'll sing peers of them. Jhansi Rani, Bhakni Nivedita, Kiran Majumdar Shah, Kiran Bedi, Nirmala Sitaraman, Sarojini Naidu, Indira Gandhi. Plenty of names. But you should remember that these people had fought against the society to establish their position in a high pedestal. But we should be thinking of people or the women to fit into the so-called gender appropriate roles. And remember, this pressure is not from the male fraternity. It is also from the female members of the society who pressurize us to be a woman. Here is where I would like to differ. What is the definition of a woman? That's what we have to think. See, a woman from birth till her death has to go through a lot of crises. She has to fight her own demons, her personal demons. What do you call it? A tumultuous roller coaster ride. The hormones creates in her body every day in every phases of her life, from menarche to menopause. In spite of all this, the women are taking up a multitude of responsibilities, like a 10-eyed Devi, 10-handed Devi does multiple jobs and multitasking. And we all aim to or strive to become the so-called superwoman and miserably fail. We fail for ourselves, not for the society. In front of the society, we may be a superwoman, but look inside yourself. Are you a superwoman? Don't you have your own weaknesses? Don't you have your bad moments? What is to be done for that? Of course, we always talk about problems, isn't it? But let's talk about solution for a change. What is the solution? Of course.
We thank and congratulate all the students and student union for celebrated successfully yesterday Holi, peacefully. And with very discipline. So today we have Women's Day. 12 o'clock we are going to celebrate Women's Day. So all are requested to be assembled here, all students and faculty. And one more announcement, we have observed that many students and faculty are coming 10, 10:07, even today somebody has come 10:14 also. Okay, inside the Maitrimilan. That is not accepted. Please make sure that from tomorrow all of you should be here by 9:57 within that. Thank you. So I request our Sangamitra Madam representing all the women to hoist the flag today. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah. सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः
So बोलो भारत माता की वंदे